used to attack because it was the only thing I knew. Now I attack because I know it works best. These were the famous words by Garry Kasparov, the 13th world chess champion, one of the greatest chess players of all time, and one of the greatest attacking players of all time. Hi, my name is Sumit. I'm a digital chess coach and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to explain 3 principles of attack. It will help you to attack a little bit more efficiently. Attack is a big topic. We can discuss about how to start an attack, whether an attack will fail or it will succeed, and different strategies of attack. But in this video, I'm going to give you certain case studies, which will help you to identify certain elements which you can use in your games. So let's get started and understand some concepts of attack, and I'm sure that it will help you immensely in your games. Watch till the end. I'm going to share very interesting examples. So let's get started. Okay, this is the position from a game between Nigel Short and Surishekhar Ganguly, played back in 2002. And if you look at this position, White has got an excellent attacking position. He has got his 2 rooks doubled up on the G file. He has got a queen on H5, bishop, which is controlling the GA square, the entire diagonal. And the only piece which is defending the king is the G7 bishop and these 2 pawns. Now, the first move that comes to mind is rook takes G6, but it fails to rook E5. So you have to be very careful when you calculate, because you have to calculate from your opponent's standpoint as well, because your opponent might have certain defensive moves which can jeopardize your position, or you can get into trouble. So you have to think and calculate very carefully. So you have to when you attack, you have to think from your opponent's perspective as well, and then you can find that rook E5, rook G6 move work because of rook E5. Now, what is the next move? So we will think that we have to we have to eliminate this bishop somehow, and our attack will break through. That's how you find bishop h6. Now you can't take on h5 because bishop g7 is checkmate. So that is not a possibility. Now rook e5 will not work because of bishop takes g7, king takes g7 is forced, and rook g6, hg6, queen g6, and king f8, king f7 is checkmate. So that is the basic calculation that you have to do. And especially in fianchetto positions where black has fianchetto or a side has fianchetto to the bishop, the fianchetto bishop is actually a defensive piece which will gel the entire position together. Now let's look at the next example. Okay, in the second example, this position arises from a Sicilian dragon, as you can see from a Yugoslav attack, and it is white to move. Again, the black's bishop is fianchettoed, and it is the best defensive piece. Now we have to eliminate that piece actually, right? And that is how your attack will break through. So the best move here is bishop h6, and since the h file is open, if we bring a queen on h6, it is checkmate. It is game over. So black played bishop h8. Now you can pause the video and think which move wins. All right, so if you have found bishop f8, excellent. This is the whole idea, because if king takes f8, rook h8, king g7, and queen h6 is checkmate. And if rook f8 is played, then you can simply play rook takes h8, king takes, queen h8 check, queen h6 check, king g8, and rook h1. And there's unavoidable checkmate. So we have seen in both cases, you have exchanged off the main defender in the white's position, the black's position, the opponent's position, and that's how you were able to flash through in your attack. So it applies mostly in the fianchetto positions. Now we will see another example, a little bit complicated one, and the concept is different. So this concept So this is our third example. And the concept is destroy. You can see this position where black pieces are a little passive, white's pieces are very active, and then especially the knight on f5. You know, if you have a knight on f5, again, Gary Kasparov said, not my words. If you have a knight on f5 in an e4 opening, you pretty much have an advantage. So there is a hook on h6 actually, and so in destroy, what you do is basically you give up your higher value piece with a for a lower value piece in front of the to destroy the position. It could be a piece for a pawn or a rook for a knight or a bishop exchange sacrifice just to open up the position. So intuitively, you can see that there should be some sacrifice coming on h6 to open up the position because the position is vulnerable. We are not worried about bishop takes d6 again. You can take back with the knight, and you will at least get back the exchange you lost. So, but this position is ripe for attack, and it is time to take action. Now, whether you should take with the knight on h6 or bishop takes h6, which is the best move? The knight takes f6 or the bishop taking on f6. So, in my opinion, the knight on f5 is an excellent piece. So you need to identify the excellent pieces in the position. Knight on f5 is an excellent piece. It's doing multiple roles. It is a very good attacking piece. So you have to give up your bishop. Bishop takes h6 is good, and um, after pawn takes h6, you can play queen d2, and this is unstoppable. Has no defense. The queen takes h6 will come, and eventually there'll be checkmate on g7. So in this example of destroy, the second example, the concept of uh, destroying the defender. As you can see, white's piece is very active. There's no pawn on h7. That's a very important point. And the focal point is on f7 actually. Right? So you need to. All these pieces are participating in the attack. And if you can get the queen on h5, it is checkmate. The checkmate cannot be. So the knight on f6 is a defender. The the rook on the pawn on g7 is a defender, and knight on b6 is an indirect defender. Right? It is attacking this bishop, and this bishop is very strong. We need to protect that bishop actually. Uh, so this rook is not doing that much, but it has a role to play. So first you need to eliminate or destroy this b6 knight. So you play rook takes b6. You play a takes b6. Now you have to deflect this knight away. And that's how you find knight e5. So the queen is attacked. So if the knight takes our white knight, you have time to play queen h5. And if they go back to f6, the knight goes back to f6 to defend h7. You can play queen takes f6. Queen takes f6 and queen h7. Right? So this is how you destroy the defenders and you get the position. So you have to visualize the final position, and then you can backtrack and find the solution. So the last concept we are going to discuss is distract. So what is distract? Distract is distracting the defender, the main defender, so that we can use that time to create threats against the king, and the attack will break through. So here, if you look at the position, knight on f6 is a main defender. It defends h7, and the queen is there, but the other knight and queen are not doing that much. But f6 knight is the main defender of the position. White's rook is on third rank. It can create threats, and these two knights are very good, very well placed. The bishop is not doing that much, but it actually holds the position together because it defends e4. The c3 black's rook is not that active, so we can actually assume that this is a very good attacking position. White has got a winning advantage. So the move here, White should play. You can pause the video and find out the move if you want. That is a good way to improve your calculation and visualization, and also the ability to find best moves. So the best move in this position is knight to h5. So what is the idea? We are threatening a mate on h5, on g7, and the knight is on h5, and this mate cannot be um, parried. You can't defend a g7, so the knight has to be captured. If you capture with the pawn, we can play knight takes h7. And if they take the knight, we can use the rook to give a check, and king moves and so if say for example we take the knight with the knight, so here knight queen takes h7 is checkmate. So this is the deflection idea. You're deflecting the piece, distraction idea, I'm sorry. You distract the piece so that you can use that time to create attack. So when you have these kind of positions, remember the three concepts I've told you: the exchanging the pieces, the defenders, um, destroying the defender by sacrificing a higher value piece for the lower value piece, and also the last concept of distraction. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like, subscribe. It helps me a lot. And please do share this video with your friends as well so that they can also learn some chess concepts. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next video, bye-bye.